Well, we got a sunshiny and dry weather pattern shaping up for much of the rest of the month of September. We're not going to be seeing a lot of rain here, and that's certainly been the pattern for the past couple of months or so. Today, by the way, September 10th is the midpoint of the hurricane season, and it's pretty quiet out there. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But happy Wednesday. We want to salute the Ottawa News Network viewers again that have come on board. So thank you for that. Take a look at some of the temperatures we had here on Tuesday. Jackson topping our list at 76. Ionia, Coldwater, Marshall at 75. Kalamazoo 74. Grand Rapids high temperature was at 73. We should beat that by 5 or 6 degrees here during the day today. And it was a touch cooler near the lake. The Holland Beach high temperature there of 69 and 67 at the Muskegon Pier. That's out toward the end of the pier. They actually have a weather station out there, or at least a temperature gauge thermometer to measure what the temperature is out there. And that picture showing the lake is showing a ship coming in through the channel there at Muskegon. All right, let's move on and take a look at our sunrise and sunset time, which continues to shrink pretty rapidly here. Sunrise now at 7:17, sunset is an even 8 o'clock. The latest sunset that we had was 9:26 in Grand Rapids. That's downtown. So we've come back about an hour and a half in the evening. 12 hours and 43 minutes of daylight right now. Average high and low has slipped another degree. We're down to 76 and 55. Record high for the date, 94 set twice in 1931, and reverse those last two digits, and it's 2013. And 36 was the record low temperature in 1917 and 1969. And there's a look at your sunset here from the 8th, setting into a little bit of haze, a little bit of wildfire smoke, and a mostly clear sky, fairly calm winds there the past couple of days over at the lakeshore. Let's take a look right now at what we have here for the moon. September 10, the moon looks like this. We're at about 91% of the moon visible, and I can look off to the right of me here and, the left of me and see the moon out here right now. Very pleasant out there with light winds here overnight. All right, at Lake Michigan here during the day tomorrow, you'll find waves around 6 inches to a foot. Ludington's water temperature at 61, Duck Lake at 64, Muskegon the warmest at 67. Grand Haven was only 57. Holland water temperature was from the channel, so that's water emptying out from Lake Macatawa. 68 was the buoy temperature at South Haven, and Reeds Lake showed a water temperature in the afternoon of 69. That was up from 65 at sunrise. So it does matter when the sun comes up a little bit. It does warm it up a few degrees right at the surface. All right, severe reports for the day on Tuesday, not many of them. We had 17 reports of severe weather, all in the same area out there, which was outlined very well by the Storm Prediction Center. There were 13 reports of severe hail, that's 1 inch in diameter or greater, and 4 reports of wind damage. They had hail the size of tennis balls at Sharon Spring, Kansas, and a 63-mile-an-hour gust at Tucumcari, New Mexico. That's in eastern New Mexico. Here's what the severe weather outlook area shows for the day today. For this Wednesday, we'll be seeing a return toward dry weather over much of the country, and the severe weather outlook area for today calls for no storms in the state of Michigan or the Great Lakes. There will be some in the high plains and out through the Rockies and along the Gulf Coast. And then for Thursday, the severe weather outlook doesn't change very much. Once again, we are dry in the Great Lakes, though there will be a few strong wind gusts and thunderstorms in eastern Montana and the western Dakotas, and more storms down toward Florida. And let's see, up next, I think we're going to take a break and thank one of our sponsors. We will be right back.
Need a fast, efficient, and affordable cleaning service? Complete Care Concierge has you covered. Serving all of West Michigan, we offer one-time, daily, weekly, and bi-weekly cleans, plus move in, move out. We also service apartment hallways and laundry rooms. Our work is guaranteed, gift cards are available, and we even clean on weekends. There's no better way to say I love you than giving a tired mom a break from dishes and laundry. Are you a busy professional? Pamper yourself by taking vacuuming and dusting off your plate. Office manager, keep your business looking and feeling its very best. Call 616-264-1397 today for a spotless space and total peace of mind.
Well, no rain in lower Michigan. Up in the UP, there'll be a scattering of showers and thunder showers, but nothing real severe. And look at down in Florida. I checked some of the rainfall amounts down there, and it's pretty incredible. They had 8 inches of rain in the first 9 days of the month in Miami, Florida, with some local flooding going on down there. They also had some flooding around the Naples area. The area Miami has had essentially, they had 2.63 inches yesterday. Orlando picked up 2.17 inches, and Orlando's had over half a foot of rain here since September 1st. So really been a wet pattern for the Florida Peninsula. More rain in the southern tip of Texas and out in the parts of western Colorado. And look at the rain in California. Normally the summer season is pretty dry out there, but they've had rain, and another round of showers certainly likely today from Northern California back northeast up into Montana. All right, on we go. This is really amazing. Today, September 10, is the midpoint of the hurricane season, and there is nothing going on. In fact, this is likely going to be only the second time since 1950 when we have not had a hurricane in the Atlantic between August 29 and September 16. So it's really been quiet. Part of that is drier air that's been in the development region there. There's been Saharan dust coming off the North Africa area there, but that should start to pick up. Activity should start to pick up here during the second half of the month. Now, where there is a hurricane developing is out in the eastern Pacific Ocean, and then this one is going to be called Mario. By the way, Kiko disappeared very quickly. It was passing north of Hawaii and just crashed as it got into some colder water there. But we expect there's an 80% chance that this one is going to be called Marco, and it'll be close enough to the Mexican shore that we'll have to keep an eye on it. It will likely pump a little bit more moisture up into Arizona, eastern Arizona and New Mexico to give them yet some more rain. So that pattern continues. And then we travel out to the western Pacific Ocean where there's really nothing going on. There's a couple little waves there that shouldn't be bothering anybody. Tapa is done. That came into China and fell apart. But there's really nothing major going on out there. In fact, there's a lot of areas that, as you can see, the outline of the continents there, Australia, Asia, and Africa, there's a lot of areas that are just seeing sunny and beautiful weather. And of course, in the southern hemisphere, you've got winter going on today. Okay, let's move on and take a look at our headlines. Dry weather expected through Friday. Chance of rain today is not 0, but it's only about 10%, and it would be mainly a sprinkle. High temperatures will be near 80 degrees the next several days, just a touch above normal. Partly to mostly sunny skies, and over the weekend we may pick up a shower. That is not a sure thing. All right, we look at today's forecast, and we'll go for temperatures in the upper 70s. It'll be a touch cooler near Lake Michigan. Winds start out from the south, and then late in the day, they may flip around into the west-northwest, but only about 5 to 10 miles an hour most of the day. Humidity dips to around 40%. In terms of high temperatures across the area, we're looking for readings in inland areas today to be in the upper 70s. You can see a lot of 79 showing up there. A touch cooler at the lake, 72 for South Haven, 73 for Benton Harbor there, and 74 for Ludington. Up in the UP, we've got some 60s along the Lake Superior shoreline. More cloud cover once you get west of Marquette, and there may be a shower, thunder shower up there. But other than that, the state looks pretty dry and partly to mostly sunny. And then the outlook for Thursday, more of the same, should be some sunshine. A little trough passes by, but it won't cool us off at all. In fact, if anything, it'll be a degree or two warmer. 82 for Grand Rapids, 73 for South Haven. Up in the UP, we're looking for temperatures to continue to be in the 60s right at the Lake Superior shoreline, but low to mid 70s in inland areas. 5-day forecast looks like this. We'll call for partly to mostly sunny skies for the next 3 days. 20% chance for a light shower or sprinkle today. That's an 80% chance of nothing. Dry for Thursday and Friday. There'll be about a 40% chance of a shower on Saturday night, and then only about a 20% chance during the day on Sunday. And look at those temperatures up around 80 degrees here. It should be warm and rather summery here to close out the week and enter next week. And taking a look at the long-range outlook, the 8 to 14-day outlook, which comes out every day. They update it for another day time period here. And for September 17 to 23, it has above-average temperatures here. This trend is going to continue, the warm and dry pattern here. And then we'll take a look at the rainfall map, and that will show you again we are in that yellow below normal category across New England and down in the lower Mississippi Valley, near average. In fact, it may be below average here. Again, there will be above average rainfall in places like Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, up into Montana, and again down toward Florida, where they continue to get quite a bit of Gulf moisture there into the mix. So let's look at our weather. Not much going on here weather-wise. On this date in history, September 10, 1813, the Battle of Lake Erie just east of Toledo, and 9 U.S. Navy vessels captured, 6 Royal Navy vessels, among the largest naval battles of the War of 1812. Strategic significance as it helped the U.S. military retake Detroit and push back the pro-Britain Tecumseh Federation. So that occurred on this date, the Battle of Lake Erie. I learned about that when I was in school, September 10, 1813. Okay, what next here? A viewer comment. I did not know that you and Kevin Craig sometimes hang out at the church. Well, it's rare, but sometimes you can see one or both of us there. That's on Alpine Church Road. They've got Alpine Church Road all dug up as they're putting in a development on Alpine there where the miniature golf course used to be. Randy says that he used to live up by Westgate Bowl. This somehow reminded me of Craig James and your first days on 13. And I did. I wrote poems for the noon weather. Snow, snow, slippery snow, slip on a piece and away you go. That was one of them, I remember. But I had like 5 minutes to fill, so I was wondering what I'm going to do. I just had the state map and the national map. So I started writing poetry that I would do on the newscasts. And it worked. Our ratings were pretty decent, and people did respond to them. Interesting. Okay, from John Kimball, we've got a nice picture, and that is probably the moon. It looks like those are lights at night. And you can see the sparkling, glistening waters of the lake there. Pretty picture. Up next, we have another picture here from Bradley Taylor. And this I'm guessing is sunset. We've got some high clouds there, and probably some of those are, or maybe 1 or 2 of those might be generated from the contrails of a jet passing by. This is near Battle Creek, and a beautiful evening. We've had a lot of those here this summer. We've had some sunshine and some scattered clouds at sunset. And up next, what do we have here? We have from John Doherty. Look real close. You have to kind of get close to the screen right there. I think that is the moon, and a little bit of lighter purple inside the moon's disk there, right there, and lighter purple outside. We've been enjoying that full moon, which is called the corn moon here during the month of September. And we have another picture here from John Scully. You can see the structure over here to the side against the dunes, and the lake off to the side here. I don't know if you can hear this, but we got a helicopter going by outside making a little bit of noise here. But you can see some scattered clouds in the sky and a little bit of milky haze there. There could be a little bit of smoke mixing in there as well. All right, I think that's about all we have for you today. One final note to pass along. Michelle is working at the airport tonight. She received a big award. She was the employee of the day for all of Envoy, and that's 21,000 employees. And that was because she helped a lady, and that lady wrote a wonderful letter thanking her so much for her service and finding her luggage, which had gone missing. So, Michelle, congratulations on that. She will probably be back here during the day tomorrow. I want to thank Alex for a couple of pictures here that he contributed. And I hope all of you have a wonderful day today. Enjoy all the sunshine we're going to have here for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.